Do you guys know what's that one thing that is actually standing between a country that is actually a third world country and how it actually becomes a developed country? The answer is plain and simple. It is effective infrastructure. In other words, just infrastructure, plain infrastructure. Good infrastructure can solve every single problem in the world today. If there are a lot of conflicts and if you create good infrastructure there, it can actually create jobs, create employment opportunities, create a lot of other economic opportunities there, which actually solves a lot of problems. Look at the whole world. The number one area which has a lot of unrest in the African subcontinent, what do they have zero of? That is infrastructure. Look at India and look at pockets of India where there is a lot of issues of multiple reasons. And what's the reason for that? Infrastructure. I can give you an example of India. Jammu and Kashmir, before the Article 370 was abrogated, there was hardly infrastructure development happening there. And there were a lot of issues happening in that particular state. Today, with the advent of Srinagar Smart City and a lot of other things that are coming up there, with effective building of good tunnels, roads, a good railway network, a smart city initiative, you see a lot of these problems fading away. Because effective infrastructure, for all practical purposes, gives rise to opportunities and gives rise to job creation and also gives a lot of emphasis on having clean water, good food, and also a roof over your head. If these three things are taken care of, and also with a few opportunities here and there to make some money, your entire problem of riots are solved. This is the reason why infrastructure development is a key aspect of any country's progress from being a third world country to a developed country. Now, we live in India. India is the fourth largest economy as of in 2023 and is poised to be the third largest economy very, very soon. That being said, we are way behind China, who is supposedly our rival number one in terms of infrastructure. Chinese cities are world class when it comes to waste management, road traffic network, and also when it comes to public transportation. They are leaps beyond India. Indian cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and Bengaluru happen to have horrible traffic conditions, where Bangalore is now actually it's the second slowest city in the world in terms of traffic movement. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no amount of solutions can actually solve this problem. This is not me saying, this is data saying it. India, with the booming economy that we have, you have to understand one thing about the Indian economy. Indians, by large, are an aspirational class. Aspirational class means that we are status driven. Status driven means that, when we have some amount of money, the first thing that we look outside in the market to buy is a house and is also a car. Now, when a lot more people are making money and a lot of people are buying cars, and these cars come on the roads that are already populated with a lot of cars. No matter how robust your metro system is, no matter how well connected your metro system is, you will have people using the metro for convenience, of course, but you will still have a lot of people looking at buying a car and driving the car. They can spend 2 hours, 1 hour traveling around the city because, quite frankly, as a Bangalore person, we are all used to it.
सहलेंगे थोड़ा सा.
Now, let me tell you something about the infrastructure development of India. Outside the cities, there's a lot of emphasis given on expressways, freeways, motorways, which is being done at a very, very rapid pace, which is unprecedented, which is unheard of. You know what? We grew up in an era where in India, an infrastructure project, a simple flyover would take about 6-7 years. And today, there are about 20 to 30 kilometers of roads or highways that are built every single day. Now, when you look at the city infrastructure, I want to stress on Bengaluru as a city. Bangalore is, number one, the startup capital of India. Number two, it's the Silicon Valley of India. Number three, it is the third largest unicorn hub development city in the freaking world. Not just India. This is a city that is internationally recognized. Hell, Oxford Dictionary has given a word called Bangalore, when that word actually means that if your job is outsourced to India, they actually say, you know what, you've been Bangalore. That's the prima facie aspect of Bangalore that nobody talks about. But yet, we are a city with terrible infrastructure. Lots and lots of parts of Bangalore have zero water coverage, and water is a big issue in our city. We also have a metro line coming up, which takes its own sweet time to come up, but it will come up. But by the time it comes up, the number of cars in Bangalore will also increase. So, is there a solution for this? There were 2 solutions that came up recently that spoke about congestion tax on a few roads in Bangalore. You know what? My personal opinion and our channel's opinion, this is a horrible idea. Congestion taxes actually come from cities like London and also in cities like Tokyo and Beijing. These cities put congestion tax on road network or travel vehicles going on certain roads in those cities. But one more thing that these cities have, they have excellent metro connectivity. Do we have that? And if we don't have metro connectivity, and if we still have to pay tax for going on a road, and where we're spending 1 hour to 1 or 2 hours of traffic or sitting in a traffic jam, it's basically the government stealing money from you, isn't it? So that's the reality that we are living in. Thankfully, that is in sideline now. Second thing that I want to talk about in terms of Bangalore infrastructure and the kind of developments that they're doing is the ban on ride sharing or carpooling in Bangalore. Does it even make sense? When you have less cars carrying more people to their desired workplace, it actually reduces pollution. It also reduces traffic on the road. And yet, our archaic laws do not permit it. My only problem with city infrastructure is that we have, in terms of tech, in terms of talent, in terms of everything, we are really on par with the world. But in terms of basic infrastructure, we are still living in the 1980s. The only way we can build a better future is when all these various lines of metro, better roads, pothole-free roads, better walking conditions, because unfortunately the footpaths in Bangalore are just another two-wheeler lane. Let's face it, that's the reality. And when we solve all these things, that's when we will see a better future for the city, which was once known as a pensioner's paradise and once known as the garden city of India. And today, it is one of the most, I don't want to use this word, but it's not a great city to live in anymore, unfortunately, because of the traffic conditions that we are facing every single day. The only solution to it is, according to a lot of people in the government and a lot of other policies, they say that satellite cities should take over IT sector and there should be a lot of export of other things from Bangalore to other cities. The truth about urban infrastructure in India can be categorized two ways. One is Mumbai and then there is Bangalore. Mumbai is growing upwards, Bangalore is growing like a freaking amoeba. And when you say an amoeba, you can just look at the amoeba picture. It's actually moving in all directions. Let's hope that these urban facilities, infrastructure facilities will only improve with time, and we will make Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi not only the biggest metropolises in the world in terms of population, which it's going to happen, also to make it the most livable and the most well-conditioned and the most opportunity available cities in the world. That's it from me. This is just a random rant video about the infrastructure problems that we are having. But I'm sure in coming years, as an optimist, I can only say that the number of things that are being done in Bangalore today in terms of trying to get in more metro lines, everything will hopefully ease the traffic by maybe 1 or 2% or maybe at least 3 or 4%, which is, by the way, which is a huge number. So thank you very much for watching this video. And until next time, please like, share, subscribe to this channel for more such content. And please let us know what kind of content you would like to watch. And we'll be more than happy to actually listen to you and take your advice and create more content from this channel. That's it from me, Rohit Kurpad, saying Namaste.